Did you know the Vietnam War was the first war broadcast directly into people's living rooms? This changed everything. The Vietnam War was one of the most brutal and controversial conflicts in modern history, leaving a deep scar on both Vietnam and the United States. It all escalated on August 2, 1964, when the USS Maddox was allegedly attacked by North Vietnamese patrol boats in the Gulf of Tonkin. A second attack was reported 2 days later, though its validity remains questionable. The Gulf of Tonkin resolution gave President Lyndon B. Johnson the green light to escalate U.S. involvement, leading to the full-scale deployment of American troops. One of the defining aspects of the Vietnam War was the brutal guerrilla warfare tactics used by the Viet Cong. Disguised as farmers by day and fighters by night, they used the dense jungles, booby traps, and underground tunnels to outmaneuver U.S. and South Vietnamese forces. January 1968 marked one of the most shocking events of the war, the Tet Offensive. On the Vietnamese New Year, the North Vietnamese Army and the Viet Cong launched a massive coordinated attack on over 100 cities and outposts in South Vietnam. Though U.S. and South Vietnamese forces ultimately repelled the offensive, it shattered public perception back home, proving the war was far from over. The Vietnam War also led to gruesome images and footage airing nightly, leading to growing anti-war sentiment in the United States. Graphic scenes became powerful symbols of the war's brutality. In 1968, American troops entered the village of My Lai and massacred over 500 unarmed Vietnamese civilians. When news of the atrocity broke, it sent shockwaves through the U.S., further fueling anti-war protests. Back home, the anti-war movement gained momentum. College campuses became hotbeds of activism, with demonstrations like the 1969 moratorium to end the war in Vietnam, bringing hundreds of thousands to the streets. On April 30, 1975, Saigon fell to North Vietnamese forces, marking the end of the Vietnam War. Images of desperate South Vietnamese citizens clinging to helicopters became iconic moments in modern history. The Vietnam War left deep scars. Over 58,000 American soldiers died, and millions of Vietnamese, both soldiers and civilians, lost their lives. The war also left a lasting impact on American society, leading to distrust in government, a shift in foreign policy, and an entire generation questioning the cost of conflict. Today, the Vietnam War stands as a powerful reminder of the complexities of war, the limits of military power, and the devastating toll it takes on both soldiers and civilians.